Greetings, dear one. We are the collective, and we are speaking to you today on issues regarding abundance, and we are just going to work with your energy if you and your higher self will allow. So just open your heart a bit, take a few deep breaths. You might want to sit quietly or lie down. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. We're going to call forward your subconscious, which holds the memory of so many past lives, so many traumatic events, which separated you from the idea that abundance is everywhere and perfectly accessible to you and easy to create, and it's a joyful thing to have in your life. So you learned about struggle, you learned about the difficulties and the pains of drawing money into your life, of drawing even basic food and shelter and survival into your life, and you learned this over many, many lifetimes. So we're just working with your subconscious, working with those areas of your life where you probably don't even remember clearly. It'd be very unusual for you to remember what may amount to hundreds, maybe even more than 1,000 earth lives, and all of the trauma and just pain and difficulty and weight of many of those earth life experiences. So we're just calling forth your subconscious now. And we're pouring a ton of light into this area that is holding on to negative ideas, perspectives, old belief systems. Belief systems are something you take in. They're not yours. They're something you're taught. Much of it comes from religion, from the cultures you lived in, from the families, the ancestors that you belong to in so many lives. And so we're just calling them in now, all of those influences. And we're going to just mitigate the effects of those influences, lessen them, lighten them, and dissolve an awful lot of them. If you would like all of them to be dissolved, except that which is absolutely for your higher good, then just say yes right now. And in particular, we call all of the Archangels amongst us to come forward to surround you and work on you in this regard. Pulling up subconscious memories. Now you may get an image or two in your mind, you may not, that's all right. As it comes up, just allow it, don't be bothered by it. And just look at it, remain detached. Remember, this is not you. Pouring light into those areas that are still full of fear, full of the survival instinct, and full of the feeling that if you have too much, if you have more than what you absolutely need just to get by, just to survive, then you'll be in trouble. Perhaps the king's men will come by and exact too ridiculously high attacks. You'll have to give away everything you own to them. Perhaps robbers will come by. Perhaps people in your family won't accept you anymore. There are many, many examples of people being afraid to draw in wealth. Now, for a long time, for something like 3 to 4 centuries in Europe, women in particular were accused of witchcraft, and their possessions, all of their property, was absorbed by the prevailing authority. So it was a lucrative business for the church to persecute and to execute literally millions of people. Most of them women, some of them men, even children. And not only the memory of what that was for you and how terrifying it was to be grabbed up and dragged off to some horrible cell. Not only the memory of that, but the realization that it was their money, your money, that they were after. For a lot of you who have come back as healers, as channelers, as translators and transmuters of energy into higher forms, it's a scary moment for you to realize your amazing and beautiful gifts. And it's just very, very difficult for you at times to fully live out your gifts and to fully allow a beautiful abundance to come back to you because of that. And so there's just this self-protectiveness that the subconscious is holding in place, and that happens. It's not unusual. It's just trying to protect you. But understand that it's not appropriate, it's not helpful, and it's not positive for this life that you're in now. So you want to release it, and that's why we're pouring light into your subconscious. We're working with it. We're asking all the past life selves who are terrified of abundance to please come forward, asking all the child selves who witness family members, perhaps even a mother or father, taken away by authority figures. We're asking that child self, each of them, to come forward now. All of these frightened shadow selves, which you're not fully consciously aware of, but which are holding you back. And we're just pouring light into each. We're dissolving that sort of matrix of fear around them. Good, they're disconnecting from that. Wonderful. They're absorbing the light, they're transforming. This can take place over time. It doesn't happen all at once. You may want to listen to this video several times. But the work will continue for as long as you and your higher self allow. So we're just sending this light and these higher energies, and these are energies of transmutation and transformation, to lift you to what you envision for yourself in this life, which is an absolutely beautiful, fulfilling, abundant, joyful life of excellent health, fulfilling relationships, beautiful, fulfilling work, and all the financial abundance and all the tools and resources you need to live fully. Not fearfully, not with constant caution, and I'd better not buy that tube of toothpaste this week because, I'll go over my budget. Not the kind of caution that is scarcity based, but just dissolving all of that, all of the walls and divisions that hold you back from realizing, well, abundance is my natural state. I might as well claim it. I might as well live it out. We're speaking as well to that aspect of the subconscious, which is highly self-protective in any event. Maybe it's keeping extra weight on you. It feels that, he or she won't be safe without that weight. We used to get beat up or molested or made fun of at school or at home or whatever. We have to keep that weight on. Likewise, you'll keep a barrier around you financially or in terms of your relationships and other areas of life. If your subconscious thinks it's safest if we don't come out from behind this barrier. So we're just going to ask those walls and barriers and divisions to come down now. Speaking directly to your and everyone's subconscious. Sort of like we're just pouring rain on those walls, and they're just melting, they're just dissolving. You've probably seen that sort of an image in other meditations. You can just image all the barriers around you, all the divisions and protective walls and dividers that just aren't for your higher good. At some point, your subconscious decided, well, this is just necessary for me to survive. We're reassuring it now that in this beautiful new earth, none of that is necessary anymore, and it's not helping. It's not helping you at all. So we're just removing those, and we're reassuring the ego mind, the personality, which is looking a little frightened and unsure at the moment, sending light to reassure it. You're doing fine. You're perfectly safe. We promise, and this does not mean something bad will happen. This means more good can come to you now. This means more joy can come to you. This means you become more and more of your authentic self. So we're going to continue with this work, dear ones. And we'll bring our channeler, Caroline, in to speak with you. And we thank you so much for your beautiful presence upon the earth at this time. And all you are, not only all you do, but simply all you are, the beautiful light that you anchor on this earth, and the beautiful love and brilliance that you are. Every star in the night sky bows to you now. Namaste, dear ones. So thank you, everyone. This is Caroline Oceana Ryan, and you've just heard from the collective, and they're a beautiful group of higher beings, angels, archangels, ascended masters, earth elementals, beautiful galactic family members, fairy elders, etc. And they're just here to assist us and to encourage us. And this meditation and activation, which they just took you through, working with you energetically to dissolve old barriers in your subconscious that are holding you back in life, that is actually part of their new Joyful Wellbeing series. You can find that on my website, carolineoceanaryan.com. I feel that when people email me or come to me for a channeling session, what they're really asking for right now, what you're probably asking for, is the kind of transformation that goes all the way through them. It doesn't just affect, say, the top layer of their thinking. It doesn't just affect the top 1 or 2 or 3 layers of their decision-making abilities, how they get things done, how they feel about life, their perspectives. They're asking for a thorough transformation, that every cell in the body be lit up with an incredible light. So that's what we're bringing in now, each of us. That's what this new series, the Joyful Wellbeing series, is about. And so I hope you'll look into it. And in the meantime, I hope that you feel reassured and lifted and blessed by this energy and light transmission from the collective. Many blessings. Namaste.